How's everybody doing? This is Kyle here from KyleCraft. Today we're building a classic diamond mine. Now by classic, I mean like a mining town. You know in those mining towns, they had the tunnels into the mountains, they had diamond mines down there? That's what I was going for in this one, putting it in Minecraft. Yes, the classic diamond mine. Now this is intended for your survival world, a cool looking diamond mine that's also functional. So let's get to it. Now follow along as I build the front entrance right here. There's not a set wrong or right way to do it. These are just some tips to make it look good every time. Wood is the easiest resource to get in survival, so that's what I use for the exterior here. Just that wood entrance, we're going to dig that tunnel out in a little bit and you'll see it coming together. So yes, logs is the frame and then some planks for the walls. Fence posts also add that bit of depth you need, so make sure you add them in. Gravel up on the front entrance and then we're going to dig out the tunnel. Start digging, place some torches for light so you can see. Now this is key, we're going to dig out the tunnel at an angle. It's going to be skewed off to the right, you don't want a straight down path, that looks terrible. Skew that tunnel a little bit to the right, it adds some shape to it. Add in some wood plank posts. These are there for detail. They're support beams, they're there to hold up the mine so that it doesn't collapse in on the miners. Now obviously the roof of a Minecraft world is not going to collapse, but it's that detail, that story that makes it a good build. So add in those poles, put some across the top too, and add in some fence posts to go with it. Replace the walls with some cobblestone and gravel on the floor as we went before. That gravel is key, you don't want that flat stone. Mix it up, put some gravel, cobblestone, even some wood on the ground to put in some texture. We're going to continue to build up the cave, put some cobble in. And then we're coming to the back here. We're going to dig out a little floor ground so it dips down a little bit. This is where we're going to put the mine shaft, the elevator that the miners take down to the diamond mine. Again, that story is important, so this little detail is awesome to add. Put some cobble slabs so you can walk up. Put in some light where you need it. We're going to come back into the tunnel. We're going to add in some more cobblestone, some different textures. A little bit of detail. You want some wood, some cobble. You want it busy, looking good. That's why you can see I just mess around. I add some different cobblestones in different areas. Now don't make it all cobble. You want some different contrasting textures. So leave some stone in, get some cobble, some gravel, mix it all together. You want this mine to look messy. The miners blew out a wall, dug in, built a mine shaft so they could go down and get some diamonds. Just for this build, just for this kind of idea. So again, add in some more textures, come back to the top, switch up the textures on the roof. You can dig out some blocks on the roof too to add some depth. Add in more cobblestone, mix up the textures, make it look good. Now coming back out front, we add some torches on the fence posts, clean up the front entrance a little bit. I just put some cobble paths up there, some gravel leading up to the mine. And then we're going to check the light levels and add torches when we need them. We want to keep it as dark as possible, but we don't want mobs to spawn. So yes, light only where we need it, and then we're going to come back to the back, the mine shaft area. Now we're prepping to go down. If you haven't seen my How to Get Diamonds Fast video, you should check it out. But if you have, that's the technique we're going for here because it works to get down to the diamond layers fast. So that 2x1 area, stand in the center block and dig all the way down until layer 11. We'll go all the way down the mine shaft looking good, flying in, until we get to the bottom, and then we're going to continue our build here. Again, those wooden pillars are key to the style of the build. Make sure you add them in and then carve out the tunnel. Now this is going to be kind of like a reflection of the top layer. We want to carve out shapes in and out. Again, you don't want a flat straightaway tunnel, that doesn't look good here. Again, in this style of build we want it messy, like they blew out the walls in TNT just to try and get to the ores. So we have to keep that in mind. It's not going to be clean, there's going to be edges along the way, and that makes it look good with the depth it brings in. So yeah, the front entrance here, make sure you add those pillars, some fence posts, and then I put an unlimited water source here and a water right at the bottom of that ladder. That way you can jump down from the top and not worry about dying. Alright, back around. Gravel on the floor, more of those wooden pillars spread throughout. But first, we're going to locate where our actual diamond mines are going to go. Now when I diamond mine, I put a mine shaft every 3 blocks. So dig that hole out, go over 3, dig another one, and continue all the way down your mine shaft. That way we can still use this as an actual functional diamond mine while it's still a creative and cool looking build. You can put wood planks on top of the mine shaft openings so you know where the mine shafts are. It's a cool bit of detail, but it also is functional. So keep it up, continue it on the left side so you have plenty of digging areas. And if you need more room for diamond mines, just dig out further. You can make this tunnel down as far as you want. And come back to the front. Now we're going to add in a bit more detail. More wood pillars across, fence posts, make it look sweet. Keep with that style, we gotta hold this mine shaft up. We don't want the roof collapsing on the miners, even though it's not really possible in Minecraft, but still it's the idea. The story, we need that story. The wood throughout makes it look pretty sweet and it keeps that theme. If you think of abandoned mine shafts too, they have a similar principle. You know those wood plank pillars spread throughout? Same kind of idea. They were going for that classic mining town mine shaft. Add them in, fill them up, put some light sources where you need them. My recommendation is to do a wood pillar every 4 or 5 blocks. 4, 5, or 6, that works. As I mentioned for the upper part, once you get your woodwork in, make sure you take out the lights and add them in where you need them. Add in torches on the fence posts and behind the wooden pillars where you need them. Now, continue with the ground. Spread in some wood planks to get that theme going and mix in some textures. Then add that gravel. You want that gravel to be your base floor. Have a dominant amount of gravel and then have some wood, stone, and cobble spread throughout. If you come up on a granite area, leave it. It looks pretty natural and cool. It's an extra color in there that's pretty sweet to see. So yes, run it all the way down, continue with this concept, and keep it going. Now make sure to get the roof and the walls. For the roof and the walls, I go cobble heavy. You want a dominant mix of cobble and stone. That contrasts the floor, but it still gives plenty of textures throughout for the eye to grab onto. Keeps it looking messy, keeps it going with our theme. Run it across, dig out some roof blocks if you want to add some more depth in the roof. And then just keep going with it. Feel free to add a lot of cobble in, mess around with it, see how it comes out. Look for places where it looks like there's too much of one block. If there's a big splotch of stone in one area, add some cobble in, break it up. Do that throughout the build for the walls, the roof, it'll look sweet in the end. The cobble looks more stone, rocky, so it makes sense in this build. It'll look like that classic diamond mine we're going for. Alright, now this is a cool addition you can do here. Come back out to the front and you can add in a little room. Dig it out, make it look messy, make it look like again it was TNT'd, blown open. Add in some furnaces, some chests, fence posts throughout, add in cobblestone where it needs to be. Keep those building concepts going. Keep those building concepts consistent throughout the build, even in a room like this. Then add in some chests. This is where you can put all your excess cobble, your dirt, your ores, whatever you do in your actual mining adventures in survival mode. It's functional, it keeps the room functional and sweet. And look at it, you got a beautiful, awesome looking diamond mine. It's that classic mining town diamond shaft and it looks sweet in the end. Busy with a bunch of different textures, appealing to the eye, and also very functional for your survival world. But it's not just that boring diamond shaft that people come out and check. Obviously you know what's next if you're in survival. Grab your pickaxe, hop into one of these mine shafts, and get to work digging. Get all the ores you need while you're in your beautiful build. Then you might fly into one of these awesome caves. All while knowing you got a beautiful diamond mine back at home. So yes, that's a classic diamond mine survival project. Remember for this build to busy it up. Add in plenty of textures, I promise you it'll look good. You can also add in other details if you'd like. Minecart tracks on the ground give a nice touch. You can even throw a minecart in there too if you'd like. Mess around with it, have fun with it, and let me know if you get a chance to build it in the comments down below or even on Twitter. Now get to work, miners. Get that classic diamond mine set. Thanks for coming.